Hello, everybody. All 2 listeners. That
Just
may
the
or may
2 of
not
us
be you and I.
hearing the feedback.
Yep.
Maybe my mom. Maybe your mom.
Maybe, if she could figure it out.
That's true. My mom... Well, you know, the one thing my mom has figured out is listening to podcasts. Can't do anything else. Can't turn on the TV. But she can get to a podcast.
The TV that you've had for how many years?
We've probably had that TV for like 10 years.
It's a sign of the times. So, what podcasts is she listening to?
Religious stuff.
Oh, yes.
On
yes.
like EWTN.
Because what else would you craft to?
Nothing.
Exactly.
If you don't have that on, there's no reason to craft.
Exactly. Well, you want to go ahead and say what our podcast is going to be about?
What is it going to be about? I don't know.
We don't quite know.
So, I think... We gotta put plants in there somewhere. If anything, we could at least do a plant update.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cute.
Okay, so somewhere during quarantine, maybe before, a little bit before.
We had a very soft start last year.
Yeah.
The year before last.
We love plants. We aspire to be plant gods, essentially.
I was gonna say plant moms, but...
I'm going bigger here.
Okay.
I think it's because... You know, we lived in a house last year, and we had a backyard.
Wish we had taken better advantage of that backyard.
Yeah, we really... Oh, here comes Theo. Oh. Hi, Theo.
Oh,
he doesn't like my nail polish smell.
Yeah, Pippa doesn't either.
Anyway, so we had this backyard, and we kind of started a little plant thing going on. And a lot of the plants died. But it was okay. I think it kind of opened the gate for our obsession.
Which plants died? My plant was stolen by squirrels.
My... avocado was stolen by squirrels.
Yes. Tough. Squirrels are terrible little creatures.
I love them, but I hate them.
You had flowers. Did those eventually die?
They must have.
Because I don't remember them.
Yeah,
I still have that big tree out there.
I think that one has done the best.
Small, big tree.
It's come back every year.
Yeah.
Every winter.
And every year I think it's dead.
Yeah, it tricks us.
It really looks like it's a goner, and then it
really
comes
does.
back.
Anyway, so now we live in an apartment, and we have... Thank goodness we have a little porch.
Yes.
And we have a pretty spacious area by our front door. And they just happen to get, a decent amount of sunlight.
Yeah. I wish we got a little more light on here. But I'm building that shelf to put out there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a lot of plants going on. Lots of succulents.
I counted, and I think we have 25.
Oh my gosh. And we have some indoor plants now?
Yes. We have 4. Well, 5 because you have 1. Some of those could be indoor, but I keep them out there just because I feel like they don't get enough sun in the kitchen.
Yeah.
The kitchen needs to be, like, very low-light plants. Like, that ZZ plant could probably go in there. I think that one does okay in low light.
Yeah. So it's exciting. We've been really obsessed with, YouTubers and watching their progress and all the plants they have indoors. Theo, don't throw up.
So many plants.
Don't throw up, please. He looks like he's about to have. Don't. Thank you.
My tea is really hot.
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, shout out to Plantarina. I want her to be my mother. No offense, Mom.
She's got really good videos.
She's just so goofy.
She's kind of goals.
She is goals.
I'm pretty sure she just, sells plants, but, a lot of plants.
She has so many indoor plants.
I can't even... She must have hundreds of plants.
And shout out to her husband for allowing that.
Yeah. Plants are cool.
Yeah, goals. Anyway, so we'll probably talk about plants a lot. I wonder how many times I've said anyways since we started recording.
I thought you were going to say plants. I wonder how many times I've said plants.
Oh. So, yeah.
We'll give plant updates, let you know how our plants are going.
Yeah, and, it's tough being in Texas because it gets really hot in the summer.
But then it also gets pretty cold here now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Florida where you're just, a gold mine for plants.
Yeah.
I would love to have fruit trees and whatnot, but also live in an apartment, so
yeah, one day you have a backyard that you can plant trees in. We should have just planted trees in our old place.
We should have.
Leave it for the next people. They'd probably love it if we did that.
They don't appreciate the backyard.
Don't they have a new driveway?
No. They had rocks poured in. We had a really bad driveway. Everyone's, I don't know what would get messed up on your car, like the suspension? No, not the suspension.
Well, yeah, if you're driving into big dips, right? Doesn't that affect that?
I don't know.
Your
but that's what was
alignment?
happening. Oh, we are not sorry to be out of that place. I'm not.
No. Well, I mean, I missed the literal just space. Like,
Yeah, it was
big
spacious.
kitchen, had a kitchen island, and now this
we have a
kitchen's
small-
like maybe a third of the space.
Yeah, it's tiny.
So it was nice to have that much. Like, I feel like it took up a lot of space in our kitchen.
Yeah. I will say we make it work in this place. The kitchen is small, but it's cozy.
Definitely the best place I've lived in college.
It's a nice community.
Yeah.
But somebody in the area has COVID. Oh my god, are we segueing into COVID?
I kind of forgot it was happening just because I don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's what you're supposed to do, so
I know.
bravo.
My introvertedness plus my homebodiness really prepared me for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you know what they say? It's like, I liked canceling on plans when I didn't have to. You know, I liked staying at home when I had the option to go
I
somewhere
used to
else.
spend summers, honestly, sometimes just kind of by myself.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, man, I wish I could go hang out with my friends.
Sorry, Charlie.
All three of them.
I mean, I'm just upset because I see so many people not wearing masks.
I feel like people thought, oh, like we're opening back up, it's gone. Yeah. No, it's not. It's still here.
And now even, I think Greg Abbott's like, I think we need to shut back down again. Like, we all could have told you that.
I just don't understand why people have such a hard time with the idea of wearing a mask. Like,
it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
People are protesting it, like, people are like, oh, you have to, it's like, don't you want to live?
Yeah.
Don't you want your elders to live?
And it's so easy to do.
It's so easy. And no one has to see that bottom part of your face.
Yeah.
You don't have to smile at people.
Okay, see, I missed that.
Mm-mm.
Because when I'm at the store, like, Harvey and I were at the store, and, like, the cashier, like, accidentally rung something up, like, wrong. And, like, we thought it was funny, but, like, he couldn't tell I was, like, laughing, like, smiling, laughing. So I feel like I just looked mean, like I was mad at him. And I was like, oh, like, no worries. But I was like, he can't see my face.
It is tough when you have really dominant eyebrows that, like, always look angry.
Yeah.
People probably just assume, like, well, it is RBF, but they probably assume it's anger. Yeah. But see, my problem was, like, I never knew if I should smile at people before, and I kind of did, like, the weird half smile, like, my mouth is, like, in a squiggly line now, and it's too late. We're already in this, and
like
I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
I just smile at people. I found that, like, especially when I'd be walking on campus, if someone smiled... Campus. There's that little accent.
What's that? What's campus?
I know, I probably won't really be back there. But anyways, that's besides the point. When I was walking on campus, if people would smile at me, it would, like, really brighten my day. Because, like, when I was on campus, I was not talking to anyone. It was just, like, me and my headphones. So, like, if someone smiled at me, like, I appreciated that. So I figured I would just do the same for other people. Yeah. I also think I don't look very happy when I'm just, like, walking. So if I smile, people realize I'm not, like, mad at the world.
I'm not mad at you, stranger.
I'm just mad at us.
Not today. Yeah, I like it when I smile at someone and they smile back, because sometimes I'll try to do the smile and it doesn't turn out right, and they'll kind of give me a weird look.
Sometimes people just don't smile back at me, or they just, like, miss my smile, like, they don't see it, and they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's good to smile.
Like, when they smile back, I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't that weird. It came out as a smile. Because sometimes it doesn't.
They get it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. COVID. I mean, it's...
weird times.
Almost July. And we thought this was going to be over, like, May. Back in, like, February, March, and they were, like, announcing it.
Weird.
It's quite far from over.
Well, the thing is, like, it's never going to be over.
Right. Like, what is life going to be like now?
I think masks are here to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, it should have been this way anyway, but you should always be wearing a mask when you're sick. I will admit I've never done that until, well, I haven't been sick recently, but, like, now I think that's going to be a common thing. Like, when you're sick and you have to go out, you wear a mask. And I think that's good.
Right.
And I just wonder, like, with public transportation, like, should you just kind of always be wearing a mask just because a lot of times you're, like, kind of squished in there?
Yeah, me and Hope both really like to take the bus, you know? And the bus is, like, hot spot for disease. So
especially, like, if you're on there when it's, like, a good, like, class is beginning, and like people
it's
are
so
just like
packed.
jam packed, and like most people are just like standing up.
Yeah. I don't
know.
And now coughs will never be the same. Anytime someone coughs in public, everyone kind of looks. Like, they're like, uh-oh.
What? I know. We went through a drive-through and Harvey sneezed, and I was like, you're making us look so bad right now. And he was like, I just sneezed. I don't think I'm sick. And I was like, I know, but it's... Come on.
Sneezes, man. 26 feet, they say it transfers it. But I sneeze a lot. I think it's allergies.
Yeah.
I hope.
I don't think I sneeze a lot. You'd have to let me know.
I'll keep a journal.
I don't keep track.
I'll keep a tally for you. And, I mean, schools. Are we going to go back to schools in August? It just doesn't seem... like we've had enough time.
I mean, the district I'm in is not really changing a whole lot. I mean, I think they're giving parents the option to do remote learning, but like, I don't think a lot of parents have that availability to like be home watching their kids.
That goes back to privilege. It's like, well,
yeah,
some people can, some people can't, and so is your kid just gonna get sick because you don't have the same like financial means? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I don't know what the class, because like, you can't really convince a 5-year-old to both wear a mask and not touch anyone else ever.
No way.
Like,
have you met kids?
Yeah, like that's just what they do.
Kids are wild.
Too close to each other, picking their noses. Like that's kids.
Oh my gosh, I've had kids straight up just sneeze and they don't cover it because they don't know.
Yeah, no, I've had kids just cough straight on my face while I'm talking to them.
Great, thanks.
So like, I don't know what that's gonna look like as a teacher.
Did you get sick ever, student teaching? Like, have you been like really sick from it?
No, my first semester I didn't get sick at all. Not that I remember. Maybe I had like a light cold.
Yeah. And
then my second semester I got sick right when I started, but I don't really think it was from the kids.
Mm-hmm. I think because that was stomach flu, right?
No, that was a different time.
Oh, is that what you think might have been COVID?
Yes.
See, I've heard a lot of stories of people saying, I mean, so many people have been like, I think I had it.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's been here way longer than we thought.
It has different symptoms, too, like that. I mean, I don't know. I had a cold at the beginning of the year, and I had what I thought was a stomach flu. So maybe it was that, maybe it wasn't. I don't know if I've had it.
Yeah.
Although my mom got tested for her surgery, and hers came back negative.
Oh, good.
So it's probably not in my family right now.
Yeah.
Because someone would have it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because I got sick, like, earlier in the year, too.
And then I passed on to you whatever I had.
Yeah, I think, I don't know.
Probably
I just threw up all night.
It would be weird if, yeah. I don't know.
Who knows? Not me.
Oh.
Yeah. And my parents are supposed to be flying back to Malaysia in a little while, and I'm like...
I was going to say, when is that even, like...
So, they were supposed to be here for a few weeks in March, and they've been here, just stuck. And my dad's had so many of his flights pushed back because he works over there.
Yeah.
And they keep pushing it back, so he's been working, through Zoom. So it's weird because they're 12 hours ahead of us.
Oh.
Or maybe 13. But it's like, it's got to take a toll. But anyways, I think he might be going back like August 31st, maybe sooner.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I feel like they had to have been in contact with it before being over there. I don't know.
I mean, unless you get tested, you really don't know.
You really don't. So many asymptomatic people. It's a scary time. But, I mean, just wear a mask. It's the least you can do.
That's the moral of the story. Wear a mask, be courteous.
I'm going to read some stats real quick about wearing a mask. I gotta get them. Hold on. Okay. So here's some stats that I saw. If the COVID carrier is not wearing the mask, but another person who is around them is, there's a 70% transmission probability.
Okay.
If the COVID carrier is wearing a mask and the other healthy person is not, there's a 5% transmission possibility. If both are wearing a mask, the COVID carrier and the healthy person, there's only 1.5% transmission probability. So,
wow. What a difference.
That's a big drop. And you can customize your mask however you want.
Some people just must not understand anything at all.
Or they think like, I don't know.
No, I think some people clearly just don't care. They're like, whatever, I'll get it. I'm like,
and that'll be fine.
Maybe if you were in a very specific situation where you're never around other people, but then you wouldn't get it in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's just...
But what if
like,
you get it, and yeah, sure, you're going to kick it, but what if you just happen to pass by someone's grandmother?
Yeah.
And you cough on her?
Speaking of, a lot of the old people don't wear masks.
I know! What's
they
up
don't
with the
care.
old people?
I don't know if they just don't care. They're like, I don't need to live. Or if they're like, I've lived through worse. I can handle this. It's like, I don't know about that.
Take me out of here.
I know. Remember when I think I said 2020 in like February, I was like, this has been like one of the best years ever.
You jinxed it.
I did. It's all my fault.
Way to go.
I created COVID.
Once Kobe died, I knew, I was like, this year isn't going to be it.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
But I think, trying to see it from the perspective of it gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
So I think whenever we hit rock bottom, hopefully by the end of this year, I don't want this to go into next year.
Knock on wood.
I'm hoping next year we'll see a really big difference in a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, okay, there has been some positives.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that the environment has been kind of repairing itself. We are the disease.
Humans are the disease.
But, seeing like the oceans clear up a little bit.
Yeah. Pollution and stuff going down.
It's pretty cool. So, and then second person ever was cured from HIV. We gotta focus on some of the good things happening. Mm-hmm. But be cautious.
Yes.
Please.
Wear a mask.
Please.
That's gonna be like a weird running joke in this, is just wear a mask.
Wear the dang mask.
Wear it.
Yeah.
What else is going on? There's a lot going on.
Well, during the pandemic, there is a whole movement going on.
Mm-hmm.
We have Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes.
Which, we're both big supporters of.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to see that, the changes that have been coming from it.
Yeah.
And if you think it's a political movement, it's not.
Yeah.
We don't mean to get political, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a human rights issue.
It is.
So
a really big one that a lot of people have been ignoring for a long time.
Yeah.
Or at least complacent with.
Yeah.
Including,
complacency is
that's just,
almost
it's
worse.
so easy to not care if it doesn't directly affect you.
Yep.
That's that's one of the big problems is I think this world struggles with empathy.
Yes.
And not being able to understand someone else's life.
The thing is that the society has moved in such a self-absorbed direction.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is why we don't see people wearing masks. Because they're like, I don't care.
Yep.
Not my problem. It's like, no,
right.
everything's your problem. We all share this world and this space.
Yeah. Or if it's like, all lives matter. It's like, okay, I saw this good analogy and it was like, well, so for Father's Day, you celebrate fathers, but you're not saying, oh, everyone else doesn't matter.
Yeah, mothers don't matter.
You don't
children.
say it's Mother's Day too. It's like, no, it's just, this is in the spotlight for now.
We're emphasizing this right now.
Yeah. So let's work together and fix it.
It's crazy.
Me and Hope have spent many times discussing this.
Yes.
It's tough. And, I think being, in the education realm, it really, impacted me a lot. Just because you see how it affects little kids, too. And they're the future. And you feel like it's your responsibility to help them learn to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that kids are so much more capable of just being so open about things that adults aren't, you gotta start them young.
I think a lot of people just don't know how to talk about race and stuff like that. That does stem from a failure in the education system. There's a lot of failures there.
Yes.
And I think hopefully what we're teaching future teachers, I can't say for people outside of my college, because I don't think every college is teaching this, but it's important to teach children empathy and conversation skills and debating skills. I think that's something, I didn't learn that in school.
No.
I always shied away from talking about subjects that maybe were not so easy to talk about. And now I find myself being very outspoken about that stuff in certain situations.
Especially where we come from, where we grew up in the same city, town, and what we believe now might not be the most popular opinion there.
No, it's not.
It's tough, and you kind of think, well, maybe I should go into those areas and teach, but it's scary because you're going to be facing a lot of backlash from parents.
Yeah.
But, it's almost like those are the places that need it a lot. Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
I don't know.
It's scary.
I think you just kind of hope that wherever you end up, you're making a difference.
Yeah.
And wherever other people end up, that they're making a difference. Because you can only teach at one school. You can only teach Up to maybe 6 classes, depending on what grade you're teaching. Like, you only see so many kids. You have to hope that not only are you putting in the work, and then that the next teacher and the teacher after that is also putting in the work.
Right, because, I mean, you can teach 1 year and they can move on to, their next grade, and the teacher can just be complete opposite. Mm-hmm. So you really have to hope that, whatever you teach them sticks, and that you can teach them to challenge things that they're learning so that they can push back on that teacher.
Because there's also a big issue with teachers kind of getting stuck in their ways, which I can't, obviously I'm not a full-on teacher yet, so I can't really speak on me being stuck in my own ways because I'm learning right now, and obviously there's going to be like a new kind of focus in teaching when you're in college, and then you kind of bring that into the actual teaching world. But like, I've just seen a lot of teachers be like, I just don't want to do that. Like, I have been teaching this same lesson for 10 years and it works, so I'm not changing it. It's like, but why not? Like, teaching shouldn't be easy in some ways.
You have to keep learning. You have to keep challenging yourself and reflecting on your practices and improving. Yeah. But it kind of reminds me of people being like, well, I've just thought this way for so long in regards to the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Mm-hmm. This is how it's just been for so long. It's like, we have to normalize changing your opinion when you learn new information. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I see that infographic on Instagram a lot.
Yep, Instagram, man.
And I understand why that's hard. It's hard because it's scary to admit that you're wrong.
I think there's a lot of guilt doing something that comes wrong with it.
Yeah, and it's like, just own up to that. Own up to that you were doing something wrong. You had a wrong opinion.
Yeah,
and that you're trying to change it now.
If you didn't know, it's better to admit that and to move on. I saw this one, I don't know where I saw the video, maybe Twitter, and this woman was doing like almost like a hotline, just like wanting to talk about race and the whole movement, and this older white man called her and he was like, I've been a racist for so long, and she was like nervous. She was like, I thought he was going to challenge me, and he was just like, just tell me how I can change. And it was like, oh my god, like I almost cried. Yeah. I probably did cry. I cry all the time.
I cry all the time.
Yeah. But I was like, see, if everyone could just, like, surrender that, like, the ego for a little bit and just open their minds or be willing to have someone guide them and help them or show them how they can change, that's part of life is we evolve, we change, we get better, hopefully.
I think the next few generations are hopefully gonna really kick into gear.
That Gen Z. I've seen
the best tweets about Gen Z. They're like afraid to order their own lunch, but they'll bully a cop. I'm like, it's true though.
I know. One of my friends sent me a tweet, and it was like, Gen Z is scared to do a presentation in class, but they'll like tackle a cop or something. Yeah. And they're like, "This you?" I was like, "Wow." Not that I've ever tackled a cop, but I really don't like doing public speaking.
Yeah. But I think there's definitely, there's some social things that we can all work on. Like how we are all socially, I feel like literally just this group, our age group is just like socially awkward.
I don't know. I have some friends that are like, they are so good.
Maybe I just hang out with people that are all socially awkward. Yeah. All of my friends are socially awkward.
I have friends that are awkward. I have friends that are so outgoing, and I'm like,
see, like, teach me. I don't know anyone that's super outgoing. I do. Like, well, my mom, but like my friends, we're just all kind of weird. Yeah. Nerds.
I'm very shy. Nerds. Sometimes I try so
I always
hard.
forget you're shy because in terms of us two, I'm the extra shy one.
Yes, I agree with that. But I think you're still braver in a lot of ways.
Thank you. Why? Why do you think that?
You're braver to, like, try things first. Like, you just had bangs one day, and I feel like I kind of follow suit a lot, and then I got bangs. I was like, okay, well, she did it.
We got our first tattoos at the same time.
True, but you pushed it. I was like, should we? You're like,
because I really wanted one. I think...
No regrets.
I don't want to do a lot of things. I don't want to do a majority of the things I do. Like, full heart. Like, I don't fully 100% want to do a lot of things I do. Yeah. And people don't realize that most of the things I do, I'm scared to do. I just do them anyway.
You don't have to let them know that you're scared.
I don't tell them. Because I want everyone to think I'm amazing and perfect.
See, I'm so transparent with things. I will tell, because I don't want people to notice. I want them to know that I know. Mm-hmm. So I do it with zits all the time. I'll be like, yeah, I can't believe this zit on my cheek. Mm-hmm. And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's crazy.
This is so good to be like, not trying to hide, like, everything.
I just want them to know that I know.
Yeah.
Because I hate when people stare at it and
That's
I'm like, oh yeah, I see it too.
If I ever send a Snapchat, I'm not trying to look good. Because I, first of all, really just don't care. Mm-hmm. Second of all, I don't know how to make myself look good in a Snapchat. I never figured it out.
Oh, please.
Third, I also don't Snapchat.
She doesn't. Me and Hope aren't even best friends on Snapchat.
I don't think I have a best friend. Actually, I think it's technically you.
Really?
But you're not, like, you're just the one I snap, but, like, you're not, like, my best friend.
Yeah. I've really died down a lot with Snapchat. I lost all my streaks, which I don't really care about. Sorry if we had one. I definitely... Sometimes I feel way too self-absorbed on there, part of the society. But, like, I catch myself posting a lot of selfies, and then I delete them soon after, because I'm like, you don't need to post that. Mm-hmm. It's like, just don't take them in the first place.
Yeah.
So, working on that.
Good.
Thank you.
This is just going to be, this is going to be therapy, a two-way therapy session every time we get on.
And we would, like,
we should talk through our lives.
Yeah, I think that we would like to invite questions or comments from people, and we can kind of address, anonymously, unless you want to be named. Yeah. Because we have such a big following.
So many people.
I don't even know who. I don't know. I think my friends don't even like listening to me talk. I don't know who's
I know. It's weird. Like, I want to tell my friends, like, go listen to my podcast, but I'm like, but do I want them to? Like, it's just gonna be me talking, and you hear my voice, and I don't know. It's weird.
I have a question for you.
Okay,
so I know you're not a big sports person, but you don't have to be to answer this.
Okay.
I just want your thoughts.
Okay.
So the NBA was set to open late July, maybe like the 29th. I know they changed it a few times. Mm-hmm. Do you think that they should, or do you think they should wait?
I don't, like, what do they mean by opening?
So it would be...
Because I know very little about this.
The season would be picking back up. I think they would go right into playoff season, because the NBA was in effect before everything stopped. So we would probably be in playoffs right around now. I'm not sure. But they're going to pick back up, and I don't think that they're going to have fans in the audience.
Yeah.
But think about how many players are going to be traveling to play other teams. That's what I think
is, like, I don't really know how they travel.
I think by plane.
Okay. And then, like, how many people they inevitably come in contact with having to play at, like, a lot. Not a stadium. A basketball court. I don't know.
Because, they still have to have commentators and stadium workers. And I read somewhere that, like, so many stadium workers tested positive. And I was like, because so
stadiums is, like, people from all walks of life come to see sports.
Shoulder to shoulder.
I don't think that's a great idea. I don't know.
I was excited about it initially because I missed it, and then I was like, okay, but
I think it's hard because this is such to some extent unprecedented situation, because just where we're at and all other things, like, obviously things like this have happened before, but the world is so interconnected. Like, when the Spanish flu came around, don't get me wrong, that was absolutely terrible, but, like, you couldn't just hop on a plane and go visit, like, your friends across the world. And so it's weird to think how, like, how do you approach that? Like, what?
I just got a notification from Bleacher Report, and it said, league will allow teams to tarp off first 6 to 8 rows in stadiums. So, only the first 6 to 8 rows? Are they going to have fans behind that?
That seems like a really bad idea.
I mean, fans, be smart. Don't go.
Yeah.
I wonder if you've already had it, can you get it again? Or do you kind of have an immunity to it? I know you build antibodies, but...
Yeah. Well, like...
What about a different strain?
I'm sure, because that's how the flu is, right? Like, you can get the flu one year and get it the next year just because it's a different strain.
Yeah, but, like, chickenpox, right? You don't get it again.
Yeah. I don't really know how that all works.
Virus in your body after you
should have a virologist on here. All those virologists
Let's invite... God, we have so many.
Dr.
We can invite
Fauci.
Our neighbor. He's not a virologist, but he's just...
No, he's not.
He's quite
what is
something.
He?
I don't. He works for a travel company. I think he does.
Dr. Fauci?
Oh, you're talking about Dr. Fauci?
Who are you talking about?
I was talking about SJ. Across from us.
Wait, why did you think I was talking about him?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because we only talk about him.
Okay, listen, sorry. Going off topic. I'm convinced our neighbor is a robot.
Tell them why.
So there was an incident. I won't go into details on what this incident was.
Oh my god, there he is.
But he came outside at 4 a.m. Huh? I'm sorry. Look, too. I don't judge people for going to bed late or getting up early or whatever. But this man never sleeps. I'm convinced he doesn't sleep.
He was taking his trash out.
He was taking his trash out at 4 a.m.
And it's not like he woke up early. He works from home. I know this because he talks a lot, and he told me.
He does.
And he also told me that he, back in like March, before it really spread
he thought
here,
the world was gonna end, didn't he?
He was like, this is it for us, which I would like to point out, the Mayan calendar was wrong again. They said June 21st. Thank God I read that on June 22nd, because I would have been a little worried before if I had read that. But he was like, everyone's going to get it. We're going to go into it. I mean, he did say there were going to be riots, but he was saying because of the virus.
Yeah.
So, got to work on that one. Yeah. A little off.
Well, he's a robot. He's not perfect.
Right.
Anyways.
Why else?
I think he was in sleep mode that night. He was in, like, when you can put something into, like, a lower state of being, like, awake. You know what? Does any of that make sense?
To me, yeah.
Like, you can lower the amount of functions it has. I don't know how to put this. Anyways, I think he was so, like, his movements were not as fluid, Okay. I think he was in his, like, nighttime mode, where he's, like, not likely to see people. Mm-hmm. And
so it would have been okay if he was moving robotically.
So, because he, like, came out of his apartment and threw away his trash, and it was just such a non-fluid practiced motion. It was both. It wasn't fluid in spite of the fact that he'd done it a lot, but it was definitely something he'd done before.
You would think
and it came out very robot-ish.
Would be good at it.
Yeah.
How many times have you taken the trash out? 1 million.
And then he also rides an electric scooter, and I'm convinced that he charges it while he's standing on it because he's a robot. Or vice versa. Himself. That's really it. I think his dog is real, and that's just to throw us off.
His dog is very cute.
Listen, if you were a robot and you were trying to disguise yourself as a human, getting a pet is the best way to be like, I'm not a robot. I take care of a dog.
I could not be a robot.
I really do think he might be a robot. I've been watching Westworld, so that's probably why I think that. That's about robots.
Okay.
It's a good show.
We will have updates on our neighbor for y'all.
Yeah, he's living life, though.
Yeah.
I think he really just, like, does his thing.
Yeah.
Does not care.
He doesn't.
He's just chilling.
He's boss man. Oh my gosh, I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. This is a personal reflection I've noticed lately, and I'm terrified.
Yes.
Okay. So, normally, I get kind of angry. I get mad a lot. I don't have anger issues, but things bother me. And I get mad when people over-obsess about dogs. I do.
I think I got mad about this one day, too.
I mean, when people are like, they have to bring their dogs everywhere to cafes.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, what if your dog poops on the floor?
No.
But bring him into Michael's. I'm like, why? Does he craft? Did you ask him if he wanted to go into Michael's? Because I really doubt it.
Can you bring animals in there if they're not service animals?
I don't know.
What if all of these examples are people with service pets?
No. If it's a service pet,
no,
I fully support.
Yeah, and they're usually wearing something that
a vest. And those animals are amazing.
I just don't like when people are so obsessed with their pet that it becomes like their personality.
Which
is something I've had to work on because I love my cat.
She does. We are not friends if you have an Instagram for your dog or cat. I don't care. I don't care how cute it is. You're not doing it. That's not okay. One is enough. How you are probably on it too much anyways with your own. Delete it.
I would just like to
right
add,
now.
My
delete
sister
it.
Does in fact have an Instagram for her cat.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm not friends with her anymore.
For Lewis.
No.
For blind cat.
Post it on your own account. Sorry, Taylor. Lewis is very cute. But no. Or just don't ask me to follow. If you want to do it, do whatever you want.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, that specifically I get.
I don't get it. Well, anyways. I get, and especially when people call themselves dog moms.
Oh, I don't like that. Or like fur baby.
I will Actually,
I'm sorry, that's your pet.
I'm going to get my paintball gun out that I
That is
don't
a
own
fully
yet,
grown pet.
and hit you in the foot.
Stop that.
I'm gonna pistol whip you in the foot.
I think so. Wow, I feel like we're just offending so many people right now. But I feel like some people
They need to hear it.
Are so lonely.
Oh my god.
That their dog or their cat or whatever their pet is their only friend.
Wow, she's
but
pulling
like
out the
too
big
far.
guns.
Like, don't get me wrong, that's low key me with my cat.
Low-key.
But like, I don't make her the only thing in my life. She's just my cat.
Well, okay.
My best cat. But just
okay.
my cat.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, when I'm out with a friend and we're walking, and they're like, oh my god, that dog's so cute. I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay.
You know what I don't like? When people call dogs doggos.
No, we're not doing that. No one is allowed to say that.
Okay, I was like, I don't like it. They're like, oh, look at the doggo. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with dog?
It's a dog.
What's wrong with dog? Or people throwing birthday party. Theo's birthday. My cat Theo's birthday's coming up on Saturday.
Let's just get lit without him.
I'm not throwing him a party. I'll drink in his name.
I'm gonna throw him the biggest
You're
party
gonna throw my cat?
I thought about it.
You don't have my permission.
But I would never want. He would throw himself.
He would. He's crazy.
I really think for his birthday, just let him spend all day on the balcony.
Outside.
That's what he wants.
I'm scared he's gonna overheat.
He does get warm out there.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm not done though.
Okay, sorry.
But lately, I've been catching myself being like, wow, that dog is so cute. I'm scared. Am I turning
There's nothing wrong with recognizing the adorableness of a dog. It's when it becomes a personality trait. That's when I get annoyed.
Burn. But I just feel like, because, you know, I had Daisy. She's my family dog. She was like 13, and she passed away. Rest in peace. But I feel like I just miss her so much and miss having a dog around that probably. I'm like, oh, dogs.
Yeah.
So if I get to the point where I say doggo, or I want to be a dog mom, please hit me in the head with something, with the nearest object.
What if it's a dog?
I'd probably like it. I don't know. Have a dog pee on my foot or something, so I'll be like, ugh, dogs. Ugh.
Just remember that having a dog in an apartment's not very fun.
Mm-mm. Especially when you're not on the first story.
Yeah.
It's a lot at 3 a.m. when they're like, I need to pee. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you talking to me, first of all?
First of all, when did you learn how to speak?
Am I dreaming? Yeah, good point. I don't know. Me and Hope have sort of been gaming lately, I would say.
Yes. I don't want to say what I play, but I'm going to.
Say it.
I've been playing Team Fortress 2 with my friends. I suck at it. You want to hear something really sad? This is sad. I've never been good at video games because, for the most part, I just don't play them. And I think if I played them more, I'd be better at them. True. You know, logic. Anyways, so in Team Fortress 2, they have, I guess, a really big problem with bots. And so you can vote. If people think there's a bot in the match, you can vote to have them kicked out of the match. And so, like, they'll send out a little poll to everyone else in the match except for the person they're voting on, and then people vote yes or no, kick them out. I can't tell you how many times I have been voted out of a match because I'm so bad at Team Fortress 2 that people think I'm a bot, and it hurts my feelings. And so we'll be playing, and my friend, and we'll be on like the Discord, me and my friends talking, and they'll be like, no, they're trying to vote you out, and we'll go onto TF2 and like speak to everyone and go, guys, that's just my friend. She's really bad at this game. Don't vote her out. And it makes me feel so bad. Like, God, I didn't know it was that bad. I think part of it is that my computer is not really made to play games. And so it's a little laggy. And I think I would hit more people when I shoot them if it wasn't lagging. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to blame it on my computer.
Of course.
But that's what I've been playing. I want to play, like, Stardew Valley. I want to get back on that, which is basically just a different Animal Crossing and vice versa. Animal Crossing is just like a different Stardew Valley. But that's kind of my game. I like playing by myself. I don't like competition because I'm really competitive.
She's afraid of the monster within herself.
I'm so quietly competitive.
She is.
I get really mean during like board games, and I don't mean to.
I think you know when she gets quiet.
Yes.
Because she's thinking.
But also, I'm kind of quiet a lot anyway.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of quiet.
It's like it's noticeable.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Animal Crossing boring yet? Because, you know, I had the regular before you could really play with a ton of people, I guess. I don't really know how the new one works. And it
I
got
would
so boring.
argue that for the most part, playing Animal Crossing with other people really doesn't add to it. Because when you're on a different island, there's only so much you can do. Mm-hmm. And I think the big thing about New Horizons was getting to personalize your island a lot and build furniture and put it wherever you want and having more freedom there. So playing on someone else's island isn't really that fun because you can't do any of that.
Right.
So I don't actually enjoy playing it that much with other people. I'll go to your island and visit it just to see what it looks like, and I think that's fun. But I don't want to spend every day on someone else's island.
Wait, are you trying to imperialize my island?
What do you mean by that?
Are you trying to take over my island?
No.
Christopher Columbus? She's turning into Christopher Columbus in front of my eyes. Is that a beard?
Hey.
Where'd you get that hat?
Did he have a beard?
What?
Did Christopher Columbus have a beard?
I don't know. We don't really like him.
Not a fan.
Screw that guy, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm ashamed.
I didn't even
answer
answer your question. But it's fine.
She rolled her eyes.
I stopped. I don't know why I just saying that.
What?
It's not. It kind of did, but that's the problem with Animal Crossing is it's real time.
Oh yeah.
So I don't, to get everything I want to get done, I have to play for 8 hours straight, and I just don't want to, nor do I kind of have the time, but don't also have the time.
Yeah.
So I don't play for long enough to get anything done, so then I feel like I'm not doing anything, and so I just stop playing. But I do think I'll start playing again, just because my brother wants me to visit his island, and then I'll just kind of get back into it. I would say it does get boring after a while. You kind of have to give yourself breaks, or you'll have burnout.
Oh, that happens to you with Sims.
Yeah, exactly.
Another question. Do the weeds come back?
Yes.
Oh.
But they look nicer in this game.
Really?
And so I actually kind of like them.
What?
So I keep them off of my main level island, but I let them grow on my cliffs as my wild part of my island.
I'm learning so much about Hope today.
Well,
I thought I knew everything, but
I've got my secrets, my weeds.
We're all onions.
Yeah.
Like in Shrek.
Peel me back.
I have been playing a buttload of Fortnite because I'm regressing in my age, I think.
Yes.
Turning into an 8-year-old.
You wouldn't believe it, but she looks like about 12 right now.
Yes, I have. What do 12-year-olds have?
Her voice is higher pitched than it used to be.
Yeah.
That's probably what I sound like. You probably just matched my pitch right now.
No, my voice used to be even deeper. I'm a girl, by the way. I don't know if y'all can tell. I have a deep voice. But my voice used to be extremely, even more monotone. And very deep. And I used to get bullied for it a little bit.
Really?
And I went home. Yeah, one day this kid told me. So I went home. And I recorded myself on my iPod Touch.
No, this is going to be sad.
And I listened back and I was like, oh no. Oh, he was right. So then I tried not to speak as much in class because I was like...
Kids are mean.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm going to... I shouldn't. I was like, I'm going to drop a name right now. But I feel like it's wrong.
Don't name drop.
I don't really know him that well. But
came up with a
this
fake
kid...
name.
No, because all I can think of is his name. And I'm just going to say
We'll call him Bernie.
No.
What if that was his name?
I'm going to call him Will.
Well, okay.
This kid Will, in elementary school, I didn't even know mean kids existed.
Oh, yeah.
Told me I had a unibrow.
Wait, isn't that his name? Is that not his name?
No.
Okay, tell me after.
You can't ask that while we're talking. Is that his name?
Mouthed it.
It's not his name, by the way. She's mistaking him for someone else. Told me I had a unibrow, and yeah, I probably kind of did. I have
beautiful
very
eyebrows.
thick eyebrows.
They're beautiful.
So I went home and shaved my eyebrows.
Not fully though, right?
Not fully, but I messed up, and I had to fill them in with eyeliner in 3rd grade because this kid told me I had a unibrow. He's like, "You have a unibrow," and I was
that should be the least of a 3rd grader's worries.
And he told me again later that year. I don't know why. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he grew up to be much of anything. So I might have a unibrow, but at least I'm not something. You.
You should have shaved his brows.
His brows, nothing to remember. That's all I can say. Nothing to write home about.
I think I remember his name. Yeah, was his last name a noun? She drew a rectangle. Yes.
Yeah. Well, not you're just helping them.
Anyways.
I've told this story to a lot of people and told them the person's name, so if you know me, you probably already know who I'm talking about.
And I'm sure he would probably never listen to this. Unless someone's like, hey, you should listen. You're
Hey.
in this. We know it's you.
We know and do. That's something you would do.
Sounds like you.
I have some funny stories about that kid.
Oh, the tales of elementary school.
Yeah.
We go back.
We do.
For the record, maybe we should introduce ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think we've said our names.
That's Hope.
And that's Lindsay.
That's me. And I don't think we have to say where we live.
No, we
Or where
live
we
in
go
the
to school.
U.S.
In Texas. We already said Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're both, in that teaching world.
Mm-hmm.
I have my degree.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated.
I am working on my
year?
degree.
Did I graduate last year?
Yes.
Okay. Did I?
Did you? Yeah. Because you graduated before we moved, right?
Yeah. And so I'm just a regular old certified pre-K through 6th grade teacher.
Mm-hmm. And I will be the same in December.
Yep.
I need to register for my tests.
Yes. Ugh. Do it.
Yeah, don't want to.
So we feel very passionately about a lot of teaching issues.
Yes.
And I'm actually in grad school.
Mm-hmm.
1 year in to be a librarian. Oh, fun fact, you need a master's for it. Good stuff.
Super cool.
Yeah, so we like books. Hope is a
Love
big
books.
crafter. You should check out her Etsy shop.
Yeah.
2/3 Cat.
2/3
Do it.
Cat spelled out, no spaces.
She and her sisters run it, and they have some beautiful stuff on there.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on plant hangers.
She has a lot of beautiful
Hashtag
earrings.
plant life.
She makes the earrings herself.
I do. I make polymer clay earrings. I promise they look nicer than they sound,
They
because
are
it doesn't sound pretty.
Beautiful. They're very unique.
I'm working on getting a lot better at watercolor. So, hoping to put up some, watercolor pieces.
She painted a watercolor portrait of my dog, Daisy.
I did.
And I cried. It's so beautiful.
I'm glad you liked it.
It's so good.
I tried really hard.
Yeah, and then I made her a picture.
Hey, I love
Not
that
as beautiful.
picture.
It's humorous. Let's say that. Ow. Sorry.
This is an interesting setup.
Yes, it is. I'm currently
Yes, I
sitting on
do
the
love
floor.
to craft.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time doing it. I'm trying to make my Etsy more of a part-time job than a side thing that never happens.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have a dream. You gotta protect it. You gotta put in the work.
I need a bullet journal and organize my life so that I use my time effectively so that I actually put stuff up on Etsy.
Bullet journaling is the way, my friends. It's fun. I don't do it that much. Hope got me into it.
And then I stopped doing it.
And then I stopped doing it. And then I started a little bit.
And then I've thought about starting, but I haven't.
That's the first step, is to think about it.
I think I'm not a huge, I think for me, if I make it too organized, I actually dislike it. Because then it's too organized. You know what I mean?
You gotta have some chaos.
I had a habit tracker. And at the end of the month, I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good for seeing how often I work out. But I was keeping track how often I eat breakfast in the morning, which was almost every morning. So I was like, why am I tracking this?
Just track it when you don't do it.
Yeah. So, but I always enjoyed just having a calendar was really nice. And when I had a lot of stuff due, it was nice knowing when it was due.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had just other stuff for I did really like my mood trackers.
I don't like my mood trackers. I don't follow through with them.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. My favorite thing is the books.
Mm-hmm.
I've read this month, so I have a lot for July plans. Ooh.
I know. I need to start reading again.
Yeah.
I read 13 books last year. That's not bad.
That's good. That's one a month and then some.
But then I want to read at least 2 a month. I would love to read 1 a week, but I don't know if that'll ever happen.
That's my goal for the summer. Summer's actually almost over in a little while, so I've been failing.
I've been reading the same book, honestly, kind of since January, because I actually checked it out when I first got my library card, and then I had to return it because I didn't finish it. And then I checked it out, and this is another reason I think I caused this pandemic, because I checked it out, and then I was like, man, if only I had more time to read it. And now the libraries are indefinitely closed, so
if you have any hate mail you'd like to direct to Hope, come find me and I'll give you her address, which is my address.
Yeah, we live together.
Anyways. Something interesting I did last year when I was bullet journaling more was just trying to kind of write down the main things I did every day, because I have one of the worst memories of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to remember. So I thought it would help.
It sounds so sad.
It didn't really help me. I also didn't do it for that long, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But, I mean, bullet journaling is fun. You all should try it if you haven't.
I think just
something to do.
Just journaling in general I think it's really good for everyone. Yeah. I think it's a great way to reflect.
Yeah.
Which I think is just really important to reflect on not only what you've done, but what you've felt. I think that's why I liked my mood tracker so much, is because sometimes, it feels like you're having way more bad days than good days.
Yeah.
And so looking at my mood tracker, I'd be like, oh, but I actually only had like 3 bad days this month. And but it felt like 10.
Yeah. Just
because bad days stick out so much in your mind. And I really just like drawing them. I got that last month, the frying pan with the egg. Mm-hmm. That was like the best mood tracker I've ever come up with. I was cute. In love with that.
It's kind of like in Sims where you get to build your house. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, now what? Maybe I'll try in July to do a mood tracker and do the whole month.
Yeah. It's hard.
See how it is.
Like, there would be days where I'd be like, oh, I forgot to track yesterday. I'd have to, think about how did I feel yesterday. So it wasn't, the most genuine, but it's fine.
It is fine. And seriously, journaling is really helpful. I mean, even just setting aside 10 to 15 minutes every day and, put on some music if you want. Do the lo-fi study beats. I love that playlist. It's on YouTube, too, if you don't have Spotify or anything. But just kind of have a stream of consciousness, Just start writing. Doesn't even have to have structure. Get those feelings out. It helps a lot.
I used to journal, write a lot. I have a journal from the first year we lived together. And it spanned, a year.
I used to journal a lot.
And then I just ran out of space to write, and then I never picked it back up again.
Yeah, I think because in college, there's a particular class for education, and they really, really preach journaling, and just kind of, especially when you're teaching and, recording your feelings, or even, getting your students into it. So I started doing it a lot, and I don't know, I kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Need to get back on.
You always feel like you don't have, for me at least, I always feel like I don't have the time, even though I 100% do.
I will say I miss having structure. I keep waking up at noon every day, sometimes 2.
I get up at 9:30 today.
Wow.
I know.
What for? Oh, because you went to bed early.
Because funny story, I stayed up for 24 hours to watch my friend stream him playing all the Chibi Robo games, because it was Chibi Robo week. Wow, I never thought I'd be saying that. And I originally wasn't going to, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to stay up all 24 hours and fix my sleep schedule. I hadn't been getting up super late, but 11, and that's just too late. I don't like it. I feel like I've lost so much time. My goal is to get up at 8 every day.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But, yeah, it was weird. I think I'll be able to go to bed at 10 or 11 tonight, which is kind of my aim is to be in bed at 11. I'm trying to spend less time in my bed when I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
Because they always talk about, make your bed a shrine, sleep and sex only. What? I didn't say that. So, yeah. So, it's so hard, though, because I have a TV in my room. Big mistake.
I don't. Well, no, there's a projector in my room, actually, so.
Kind of have a TV. But, when I have, a house, no TV in my room. No. Room is, back home, my bedroom really is where I sleep, and that's it. I spend all my other time downstairs. Mm-hmm. But, here, our place is just so much smaller, and, my bed is really cozy. So I tried to make my bed as cozy as possible, and I think I achieved a pretty high level of coziness.
Yeah, it looks cozy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to I don't even know if I want to read in my bed, because I always fall asleep.
Yeah.
I want a really nice reading chair. Or, oh my gosh, I wish we had a window seat.
I dream about window seats. I really do. Yeah. I just think about having a house that just has window seats everywhere.
I want a house just with a library. Seats. I will have a library in my house.
Oh, yeah. No, I will, too. I think I might... I don't know. I want... Because, where do you put a library, though?
You gotta just have that weird room that you didn't notice when you were, shopping for the house. And then one day you kind of stumble upon it and you're like, what are all these books
Remember when,
here?
It was a big thing to have, a secret room in your house?
Yes, my friend has one. It's behind a bookcase. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I would keep books in there.
I want my library room to actually be a relatively big room.
Yes.
So I don't know, but I also want it to be a closed room, but like glass, like the glass office doors, not like just a normal door.
Oh my gosh! Imagine a skylight in the library. That
would
natural
be
light coming in during the day.
Yes, I want more natural lighting in my house.
Preach.
Windows everywhere.
We have like 3 windows in our apartment,
windows.
and we don't get that much sunlight.
I can't imagine. I just remembered my freshman year. 2 of my roommates, their bedroom didn't have a window. I literally think I would go insane.
Oh.
Like, I need a window with natural light just to be okay.
Oh my gosh, our house last year, I was kind of scared to be in the first story with the window because I was like, oh my god, someone's gonna break in. I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
But
a little bit.
The way that there's so much green outside the window, just grass and trees, right around my window, it was so nice, to kind of open it and have that little nature
Mine
pocket.
were nice and open to the big lights at the field across the street. So
the stadium lights.
I literally my room was never very dark. The first night we slept at this place and I closed my blinds, I was like, what the heck? It's so dark in here.
What is this?
I had 2 windows at our last place.
She did. She was so nice. Spoiled.
I should have taken advantage because we got direct sunlight in that house. I think in my one window I got.
We did have a lot of windows in the den.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
Good, Theo. That's where you scratch.
He's done. He's like, no, that's not where I want to scratch, though.
Good. Oh.
So what is the future of this podcast? Do we have a name?
I think we have a few names.
Because I have one that's Uncommon Thots that I liked your thing for, but it's not that great, so it would not be heard if we changed it.
Okay, we have Uncommon Thoughts.
Out of context.
Which we come up with these things randomly. We'll be having a conversation, we'll be like, hey, wait.
This is a good name.
Yeah.
Out of Context. Which is a good name.
Yeah.
I have to look and see if there's an out of context podcast.
TM. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Maybe we'll find our structure along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Find topics we really want to talk about.
Yeah, I kind of like it as us just kind of talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Like current events going on. Also planting and gardening, Hey, stop.
We could do it's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, and we talk about
some
education.
Episodes, maybe we'll teach each other something.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll just have to see. You have to stay tuned if you want to know, and we know you want to know.
We know all of you are listening, and you're all so excited.
What is that, Brad Pitt? He just texted me and he said, "Oh my gosh, can't wait for the next one." He said,
"Just got recommended your podcast by Tom Hanks." It is so good, let me tell you.
Can't wait. Can I please come on one episode and talk?
We would have Brad Pitt on here.
I would love to talk about where my marriage failed with Jennifer. Were they married?
No,
I think so.
I thought him and...
Oh, maybe. I would love to talk about just where my relationship fell apart with Angelina.
Wasn't he with Angelina Jolie and then Jennifer Aniston broke them up?
No, opposite.
What?
Oh my god.
I know nothing about celebrities.
You might have been too young.
You're only 2 years older than me.
That makes a big difference. So, they were together, early 2000s.
I always thought people called Jennifer Aniston a homewrecker.
No. It's Angelina. I always hated Angelina after, but you can't blame the woman,
Yeah.
It's his fault. Well, it's both their faults. I don't know. I don't know
the story, so.
But... anyways, they did Mr. and Mrs. Smith together, and I think that's when they kind of started to hook up.
Okay.
He might have already been,
I've seen, 10 minutes of that movie.
I used to love that movie, I can't lie. But I think that, so he and Angelina, I think, got divorced. Or they just split up, I don't know.
Wait.
Recently.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I don't know if they're divorced, but they're definitely not together.
And there's been some pictures, I see the tabloids when I'm checking out at the store. And he's with Angelina again, which I'm like, girl.
Oh, wait, what?
I think. Jennifer. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was really...
girl, you could, have anybody. Go after Mark Wahlberg.
She was married.
That's what I would do. She was. She got divorced.
She was married to Justin Theroux.
Who's that?
I only know him from, a few
White
episodes
Collar.
of Parks and Recreation. That's it.
Who?
He's not in... Are you thinking of Matt Bomer? Matt Bomer's gay, so I don't think him and Jennifer Aniston were married.
Okay. Wait, which episodes of Parks and Rec?
Which I don't know, the ones that he's in.
Does he play Justin in Parks and Rec?
I think he might play a guy named Justin.
The guy that everyone loves?
He, like, kind of dates Leslie for a little bit.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
and he comes over to her house.
If you haven't seen Parks and Rec, I don't know why you're listening.
Well, because Anne liked him, and she was like, I don't want to hook Leslie up with him, and then she was like, oh, I kind of need to.
See, I actually don't remember. I just know he was in it. But he, like, has buzz cut hair.
Black hair?
Yes, very
receding
dark
a little
black
bit.
hair. Yeah.
He's Justin in Parks and Rec.
That's who she was married to.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy how, like, celebrities kind of just, like, get married and then divorced and, like, but it's not a big thing. It's not a big thing in society. Not that they didn't have a hard time with it, because I don't know if they did.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's crazy. Celebrities are weird. Why do we worship celebrities?
I don't know.
Because it's coming out that a lot of celebrities are really terrible people.
Yeah, some of our favorites. I've been kind of struggling with that lately. A little sad. Some of mine. There's been things coming out. I'm like, I don't think I can support you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also weird because, like, it's a weird feeling because, like, you clearly didn't know them at all.
Yeah.
But you almost feel like you do.
Yeah.
And so even though it's, like, how would you know? Like, for me, it's almost like you kind of feel guilty sometimes when, like, people I used to like come out as, like, bad people. And I feel guilty for having liked them, but it's like, I didn't know they were a bad person.
Yeah. And how could you know? I think Hollywood is very corrupt.
Oh, yeah.
Overall.
Messed up. Totally messed up.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the girls and the women who come out, and people don't really listen to them. I mean, we have to start believing women, you know?
I think people are more inclined to believe the person being accused because they think they know them.
Yeah, or they don't want to believe it.
Yeah. Or they think they're, like, the girls are just, like, clout chasers. And it's like, like, come on, are you kidding me?
There's a reason why girls don't come out about it, because look at how they're treated.
Yeah, they just get, like, told
and
they're
boys
liars.
too. Boys who come out about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the people who falsely accuse people, I think they should have jail time for that.
Yeah.
Because you can ruin someone's entire life.
Yeah. It's just
very sad. Just don't lie.
It's just one of those situations where it's like, what do you, like...
Don't lie about stuff.
It's just, yeah. I don't know why people would lie.
Sad world. There's a lot of hurt in the world. We're just trying to brighten it up a little bit, I think.
With probably one of the most serious episodes we've ever
recorded.
We talked about which is good. I think it's important to talk about that stuff.
Get them out of the way.
But usually we're really funny people.
Yeah. Silly gooses.
So hopefully we see that coming around a little bit more.
You'll see it.
I think we just need to get used to talking into a microphone.
Yeah.
Because it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about our TV shows and whatever we're, like, watching at the time. I'm sure we'll find our way.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think I gotta go make dinner.
I think I have to go pee.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate you, all billions of you out there listening.
Yeah, maybe we'll make, like, an Instagram account or something. So
dedicated to our cats.
Or an email. No. No. This is over. But, I mean, we really welcome questions, comments,
I think if
feedback.
we combined our, like, followings on an Instagram for this, I think it could be a good start.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because you definitely have, like, 1,000 times the followers I have.
But are they real friends? Are y'all real friends?
But do they need to be?
I don't
think the goal of Instagram is to only have followers that you know.
Right, but I'm just wondering, are they going to want to listen to me?
No, I don't really know how you get people to listen to a podcast.
I don't know. But you have to try.
I know, like, my family would give it a listen. I don't think it's all of their... I don't know if it's any of their cup of teas. Maybe Sully would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Dropping names.
Ooh.
My mom probably wouldn't because it's not religious. She'd be like, I didn't hear you guys praying in that.
I don't have time for this.
Can you imagine texting your mom, can you check out this episode? And she texts back, I don't have time for this?
Yes.
The hurt.
No, I love my mom. She's funny. Oh my gosh, if we had my mom on here, it would be
We'd
crazy.
have to turn her mic down.
She's crazy.
We should have both of our moms on at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
We wouldn't get a word in.
They would just talk about church.
And like when we were babies and how cute we were.
And like menopause or something.
My mom loves to talk about menopause.
So does mine. Her thyroid issues. Wow, really exposing her.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Anyways.
Did you look at her? She's not here.
Oh, she's not? Who is that woman over there?
Oh my god, it's Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my god, Jennifer.
I thought I could try and do her voice, but I don't even know what her voice sounds like.
She's like, I want to just clear some things up about me and Brad and me and Justin. Oh, Jennifer, next time.
Okay,
All right.
well, we'll see you, I don't know, next week.
Maybe we'll have a name picked out.
I am committed. We will be uploading this episode.
We will. We will edit it. It'll be, one day we'll have intro music. Okay.
One day.
Yeah.
You know, Harvey has a soundboard thingy, a drum kit.
Oh
he could make us a beat.
Harvard.
If that music I had found for our last intro was royalty free, that would have been a good intro.
We gotta just find some of the good copyrighted stuff. You know, Creative Commons.
Mm-hmm.
Learn that in library school.
Nice.
Alrighty.
All right. We will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And girls.